have a thing here. Hello, Internet. Welcome to Kaleidoscope. My name is Ruby Ray, and I am joined tonight, as always, by my lovely co-host, Luigi.
Hello, Internet. Nice to see you again.
Luigi's gone.
What?
I see
I'm not
Luigi.
gone.
And
I'm still here.
sorry, no, Luigi's back. You're back. And Claire from the Maxeras of Instagram fame, who is currently busy designing the world's most notable progress flag on her wall.
Yeah, it's pretty notable.
Yeah, welcome, Sarah. Claire,
Thank
I did
you.
it again.
That's all right. I've been called Sarah my whole life, and I so don't mind. Yeah, thank you so much for having me. It's such an honor to be invited to be on your podcast and have a chat about golly gosh knows what.
Yeah,
the word.
gosh knows what indeed. So if you don't know, if you're a new listener to Kaleidoscope, we are a callback to the way that bars used to be before the time of the great Masquerade. And we just want to meet new people and have interesting conversations with them the way it used to be. A millennial nostalgia.
I have a question. What is the Great Masquerade?
And I founded COVID-19.
Was that what that's? Is that a term for it? I've never heard it before.
It is sure, yeah. It's a term that has started. It's come to fame in Red Note when TikTok was banned in America. There was a great refugee crisis of digital proportions and a whole bunch of TikTok users moved to
Yes, I'm
Red Note.
familiar.
And Red Note is heavily censored. If you say, well, but for Claire, if you say COVID-19 on there, you may get banned for life. So people say the Great Masquerade.
There you go.
Oh. Now you think bars have changed, Ruby? I think people don't do the same boring, undirected conversations that they did before the great quote unquote masquerade. I'm putting you on the
Yeah,
spot.
I
as
don't
my
think
friend.
people do that anymore. I feel like it's gone by the wayside. I used to go to bars all the time and meet new people that I'd never seen before
Yeah.
and have crazy conversations with them.
True. Well,
What about you, Claire?
I'm old, so I'm afraid to talk to people at bars now.
Do you think people like more inclined to stick to themselves, like to the people that they went to the bar with, or just people not going to the bar?
Oh, that's an insightful question.
Hmm.
I have an answer for that. I think
a couple of things
Ms.
happened.
Sarah.
More people.
Yeah, go Ruby.
We're having some connection problems here.
Oh no, what's happening?
I don't know.
Is she frozen for you too?
I think Ruby's frozen.
Oh,
Ray is frozen.
Goodness.
What
okay,
were you said you had some kind of insightful response to that question?
Yeah, it's because Zoomers are totally antisocial and they're, I don't know. Wait, when were you born? I don't want to offend anyone.
I'm nearly 40.
Millennial? Okay, good. We're the same age.
I'm 39.
Thank goodness. All right. Yikes. I think it's just Zoomers can't socialize. They don't know how unless they're talking on their phones. And so at the bar, at least here, and also Ruby and I have been in China for a very long time, so we really have no recollection of what a bar is like in the West. I should go. The next time I'm back home, I should go. But again, I'm afraid.
I've hardly been to bars since 2020, but not because of being afraid, but because I stopped drinking in 2020.
There you go.
Yeah, so
Congratulations.
but it's thank you. It was a good life choice for me. I don't have a problem with other people drinking, but for me it was not a very good thing. And yeah, so I haven't been to bars very much, and then like the lockdowns that happened here during that time were so extreme, and then when we came back to things being a little bit more normal, it was like I was starting, like not long after that, I was starting to try to get pregnant. So I was like really not interested in anything other than sleeping in the
Hey, well,
evenings.
there you go.
And now I've got a toddler, so I don't go anywhere.
We have a very adult guest on today.
Oh, I'm not
I
that
feel
adult.
very awkward.
Oh, I've done my fair share of drinking in the past, but I don't know if you heard me saying then, Ray, that I stopped drinking in 2020, so that's why I'm not frequenting bars quite as often as I was.
Well, that's fair enough.
Welcome
Yeah,
back, Ray.
I did miss that. Thank you so much. I missed that, but I caught the end of the conversation again. I was gonna say, I think the things that happened is people started playing games and then they just stayed online, and that's where social interaction moved to. And then I think people are more shy. They're just less inclined to like approach someone because of a few factors. Like there's a cultural factor of
Yep.
people feeling more guarded, and there's another factor of people feeling more insecure because they haven't been socialized in a way that is conducive to like meeting new people.
I am nominating myself to do some form of ethnographic research because, Ruby, I think we are in a very specific cultural context and we're just old. And I don't know how bars operate here. I mean, I see the youngins at the bars talking to each other. So something's happening. I don't know how courtship works here. Well,
Yeah,
I
I think
do,
they're
not in a
groups of
bar
friends that
context.
like, I think it's different. I go to bars alone all the time, so
Wow, really? See?
that's
I don't. I'm afraid. I would love to. But I feel like a creepy old guy.
don't stop
Sorry.
it. Just go. It's
That's just
creepier
how
not
it
to
is.
go.
It's creepier to
I'm a
fold
pretty
your
big
laundry
creep. I
on a
am.
Saturday
I'm
night.
actually really I get very excited about the prospect of going out after dark these days. Yeah, I'm very excited
Well, that's
about
good.
that.
See,
It
I'm
doesn't
the
happen very
opposite.
often.
Yeah. I'm just like, "Oh, it's dark." Nah, I'm too tired. Forget
Yeah,
it. Why
definitely.
can't bars
Same.
be open in the daytime?
Yeah.
That's when I wanna
Why?
go. That's when I have the energy. Anyway,
That's how I feel. We're starting to be on the cusp of like perhaps talking about things that are not meant for PG accounts. So
this is the old episode where we talk about how old and tired we are.
Yeah. Who loves a good cup
okay.
of tea? I know I do. Or a nice brunch.
We're off to a bad start.
You see,
I'm
I
gonna find out. I'm gonna
I
find
just
out what the kids are thinking. I'm gonna go to bars and ask. Give me a reason to talk to someone.
for me th- I have a different kind of relationship. So I go to Shanghai quite often, and there's a very large expat community there, and I'm meeting new people all the time. So that's why I tend to go alone. But sometimes, I get stood up and then I just bar hop for a while. Sometimes I meet someone cool, but it's rare.
Wait a minute. You say you go alone, but it sounds like someone's waiting to meet you there.
Um, Sometimes, usually I just hop.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I want your
Or there's like a
spirit.
prearranged, like, but
Courage.
then it would be dinner, not just going to a bar.
All right.
It all
Well,
sounds very brave and very late night for me.
it does. Yeah, it does to me like I am so afraid.
I've had
As a
I've had extensive
mate, I'm afraid.
conversations with my therapist about like how to approach this and go around doing this in a safe way. The fact that we are in China kind of lends itself um, to a more conducive environment for that, because all the foreigners that are working here, they're here legally and they've been vetted and they've gone through like background checks and medical checks and all of that. So
Okay.
it's kind of a good buffer, if that makes sense.
How
Okay.
I want to know
Okay.
how you
Debatable.
two
Yeah.
met each other.
Oh,
Luigi
Ruby,
has
would
to
you like
tell
to
the
answer?
story. I keep telling it every time.
Oh,
No,
do
You
you
no,
talk
want?
about this every single time?
I mean,
no, no,
we.
no, not every time.
You want me to tell the story about how I was a jerk, just in general? Jeez.
No, you tell it however you want.
I was just gonna say we worked together. That's it. But I was cranky. Okay,
Yeah, we
I was a
work
very
together.
cranky person. And no matter how standoffish I was, Ruby was always positive to a fault and very patient with me. And eventually I let my guard down and thought, wow, this is a really nice person. I'm a jerk. And then we just became really great friends. That's it.
That's awesome. So you met each other in the real world, not
Yeah, we
online.
did. Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Wow. That's
Mhm.
so cool. That's so old school.
Exactly. Luigi also made me pre-transition.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah. So he's
Yeah.
been around for the whole thing. This is the process of when would we meet? 13. 2023. Yeah. Not that long ago.
Like that's a long time. Yeah, 23. That's right. Do you remember it any
2023.
differently? And
Yeah, it's only 3
yeah,
years ago.
That's 3 years ago. Wow. And do you both teach English? Is that accurate?
Not
sometimes.
Is
exactly.
that how you met?
No, we worked as
Yeah.
at a school and we were homeroom teachers.
Ah.
But every foreigner in China, people just default to English teacher. I mean, last night when I was out, I met a guy and I
That's
said,
because
"What are you
Ray
doing here?"
said earlier that she teaches English.
Yeah, fair. Right now she
Yeah,
does. Yeah,
that's
I
true.
guess
I do teach
her
English.
new,
Actually,
her
no.
new job.
I'm still a homeroom teacher. I teach English, math, and science for grade 4.
She's more.
But
Yeah, well, there
the
you go.
medium is English. So
Wow. That's
mm.
cool.
Okay.
I'm
Just
I don't mind
teachers.
saying I teach English. Here in China, I tend to correct people if they go, "Oh, you're an English teacher," because there's a stigma attached to that, like, culture. But if somebody outside says, "Oh, if I tell someone I'm a teacher, I just go English teacher because it's simpler. It doesn't matter."
Yes, there is a stigma, but personally, I don't really care about the stigma. It's just too much to explain to people. When they just go, "Oh, you're an English teacher," I know it's not true, and I used to always want to correct them because, well, it's not true. And now I'm just like, yeah, sure, English teacher. Okay.
How did you
But
meet
I
your
usually just
partner,
I'm a
Kate?
teacher.
Well, we met at a mutual friend's 21st birthday party. A very long
A
time
long
ago.
time ago. Wow.
That's a long time ago because I'm 39. And our friend is a similar age, maybe like a year younger. But yeah, then we didn't we didn't get together for like 10 years after that. And we
Really?
like I was not out yet. And so we were like chatting, having such a wonderful conversation at this birthday party. And then all of a sudden I was like, oh my God, I think I might be gay. And ran out, like pretty much ran away from the party. And
Really?
didn't speak to Nina again for years. And then I went to a friend's house to pick up my car after a big night out, like a couple of years later. And he was like, go check out who's sleeping in the spare room. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's Nina. And yeah, but still we just had a good flirt, and then I left. And then it was years later, like 8 years later or something, that we started
Wow.
DMing and
That's incredible.
flirting. And yeah, it was pretty cool. It all turned out beautifully.
Stories like
And we've
that
been together
always
for like
Yeah, it
9
fascinate me.
did.
years.
Yeah. I'm always so impressed when like those kinds of dynamics happen. They're for me, they're almost unbelievable. I just can't fathom that in this day and
Yeah,
age, people can like know each other for so long and still, unite.
Yeah,
'Cause
we
people are so
were living
flaky.
in different states at the time. During the like, it was very funny when we first got together. We scrolled back through our DMs on Facebook, and
Right.
it was like, yeah, every couple of years, one of us would be like, "Hey, I'm in Melbourne. What are you doing? Want to hang out?" And then like the other one would ignore, or like blow, like, no, I'm busy or whatever. There was
Yeah.
one time that but it was always because we were like coupled up, and
Okay. Yeah.
like very, we were being very loyal lesbian partners. And
Right.
yeah, so it was when we it just was a matter of us both being single at the same time, and the flirting could progress.
That's incredible. See,
That's
okay,
admirable. Carry on, Luigi.
I'm just gonna I was just gonna say, I'm kind of what's the word? I don't know how to say it. I don't want to say liberal. Okay. What fascinates me about Claire's love life is that you and your partner were always kind of around each other and then still going through relationships, and yet you still came together. And so in my mind, I get the impression that people, when they like someone, they're always worried they're going to run out of time and that person's going to find someone else. And me personally, whenever I might like someone, I'm always kind of like, it's fine. If we get together, it's no problem. Oh, they're with someone right now. Oh, that's okay. You know, it happens, blah, blah, blah. And then like these people always get married and I never get together with these people. So to me, it's just like your situation in my mind is like such an amazing phenomenon to actually happen. I could be very wrong though. This could happen all the time. I just have really bad luck.
It
Maybe I'm
hadn't
not
happened to
proactive
me
enough.
before.
Well, yeah.
It
But
hadn't
it happened.
happened before, but then it happened. And yeah, it is
Yeah.
like pretty we've shared that story on our YouTube channel, and like we get people in the comments, like it's one of our most viewed videos over there, and we get people in the comments like, this is not true. And I'm like, it is though. It actually
It
is.
almost,
It's
yeah,
so
it seems
yeah.
not it seems not true. 8 years. That's wild. It's almost
Mm.
too romantic.
It is. It
It's
is. And we were like,
rom-com caliber stuff.
when we first, it was our 9-year anniversary of like meeting up a few weeks ago, and I remember like preparing to go and meet up with Nina. She was in Sydney. I don't know if you know the layout of Australia, but she was like in Sydney for a gig. She's a musician. Um, and I was like, she had broken her ankle or something. I still don't remember what body part was broken, but it was the bottom of the leg. And I was like, rather than going back to Adelaide after your show, why don't you come and hang out with me in Melbourne? And she was like, sure. And why don't you come to my gig in Sydney? And it might have been a bit of a test or something to see how serious I was about that. But I was like, oh, cool, let's do it. And I hired a car and I drove to Sydney. It was so cool. But I remember thinking, this could either just be like a really fun weekend or it could be something really cool. And if it ends up being something really cool, like, what an unbelievable story. And here we go. It is. It's unbelievable.
I really love that idea of, hey, I don't know what's gonna happen, but if it works out or if it doesn't, it's gonna be a cool story on the other end. And I wish more
Yeah, for
people would
sure.
live like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember like talking to my friends about it. I was like, is this crazy? Like to go up to Sydney for this? Like I was so broke at the time as well. I was like, that definitely went on a credit card that then I took half a decade to pay off. But yeah, it's like my friends were like, yeah, it's totally crazy, but you should totally do it. So I guess it's good to have supportive friends, supportive of strange endeavors. Yeah.
What made you two decide to start sharing this story on Instagram and YouTube?
Well, when we first started doing IVF, trying to start our family, I was like trying to find stories about people doing IVF, and everything that I was able to find. There's lots of stuff out there that I've come across now, but at the time all I could find was like medical information, like how IVF works, or like IVF from a straight perspective, which is super different because often that for people often comes after like years of trying and like serious infertility issues and stuff like that. So it's a totally different experience for uh, a same sex couple, like a female same sex couple. Yeah, so I was like, and I had already been making YouTube content for a while about other stuff. And I was like, maybe I can convince Nina that we should do this online. And actually, I interviewed this amazing content creator. How do you, I have a YouTube channel where I used to like interview all of these YouTubers and pick their brains about like how they're doing so well. And I interviewed this guy, Brett Shuford from Broadway Husbands, who sadly died a month ago. And he had a channel or has a channel with and an Instagram account with his husband, Stephen, like chronicling their life as two dads to their beautiful little son, Maverick. And I was asking him all about his experience. And I was like, oh, wow, Nina and I could do this. Like we could share our story and it could maybe be inspiring to other people in a similar situation or whatever. And that was, yeah. Nina was like, yeah, of course.
Or in a completely different situation. I mean, you fully inspired me. I watched your videos and I was like, oh my God, that's so cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
I
Yeah,
did
we
not
had no
expect to be
idea.
talking to you face to face 72 hours later. So
That's so cool. Yeah, we had absolutely no idea when we first started. We were like, this is going to be for other lesbians, this channel, like particularly our YouTube channel. We're like, that's who it's going to be for. And like, which is kind of a reasonable assumption with the content that we were sharing. And then there was like, there have been people from all walks of life who, you know, maybe want to have kids. And I think that's the thing that has united, I don't know, that's like the IVF journey and the journey to making families in different ways, non-traditional ways, is like, that's the thing that unites so many people. So that was the beginning of the McSaras. Yeah, Nina was like, when I first mentioned the idea to her, she was like, so what do I have to do? And I was like, nothing. You just like talk with me, just chat with me. And then
That's
so
kind of
I
like,
do.
yeah, it's kind of like Ruby in
Yeah.
the podcast. I mean,
Yeah.
I totally depend on her to do everything.
Yeah.
I'm just
so
here
you're the
for,
Nina.
yeah, I am the Nina.
Yeah.
Right, Ruby? Right? She's
yeah,
thinking about it.
I missed some of that, but Luigi was my first guest on this podcast. And then the second episode I did with two of my friends that I met on Red Note, and then Luigi joined me, and basically that's it. Now we're
I'm
co-hosts
just like a
permanently,
parasite.
forever. You're stuck with me.
I just
That's
sponge
awesome.
off of Ruby's fame.
Yeah.
She does
so
all
I'm
the work.
doing it again. I'm doing something silly again. I saw that you guys, Claire, that you use Redbubble to distribute your stuff. And I have just opened with someone that I met online, a fellow trans woman, a company. We're 50-50 shareholders. So that's happening. And we're selling inclusive jewelry.
That's awesome. That's awesome that you're doing that. That's so amazing. And I asked if that's what's in your handle, in your email. Not your handle, what's the word? Your signature in your email.
Don't ask me.
Does anyone know?
I'm too old to be this cool.
Ray
I
gone.
don't think.
Oh,
Do you see two? Whoa.
2 rays.
The other one will disappear in a second.
From the
I'm back.
alternate dimension.
Oh, that's so
yes,
cool.
it turns out there are two of me. I'm an alter ego. Only one of them is trans. The other one is cisgender.
Where are we? Where am I? Who am I?
I've got you.
Ember Jewelry? Is that what you were talking about?
Ember Jewelry. Yeah, that's my company.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
We're still busy working on the website. My internet, I think the internet is bad because right now with Spring Festival coming up, the Chinese government just shut everything down. And it's part of like the Epstein file release as well. I think they're just trying to keep everyone calm.
Wow. Huge.
Don't ask me. I don't know. That sounds like conspiracy. What does China care about the Epstein files?
Yeah, it bothers me. I try not to, like, I think it needs to be talked about. I don't know how to properly talk about it, so I talk about other things and I try to make people happy because all of that's kind of needed.
Yeah, there's a lot of fucked up shit happening in the world, hey?
Hell yeah.
A
Hell
lot of
yeah.
fucked up shit. I really loved what you said the other day about how important it is to like to sit with the sadness, but not to let it. What was the language that you used? It was so beautiful.
Give in to despair, I said.
Yes, that's what you said. Yeah, I think it's so. I mean, it's a huge part of why we're doing what we're doing now on Instagram, and things have kind of warped into this new joyful project. But yeah, also at the same time, like making sure we say things like "fuck ice" enough, and
Yeah.
like
Fuck
not
ice all the
ignoring.
way off.
Yeah, like not ignoring the real things that are happening in the world, but um still coming back to everyone who's coming to our account is worthy of respect and love. Um, yeah, it was interesting.
Yeah, for me, like I sometimes I worry that I'm annoying because if I see someone saying fuck eyes, I just repost it immediately. And I'm scrolling and I'm reposting all of this stuff, but I also find myself going down this rabbit hole and at the end of on the other end of 2 hours, I feel completely depressed and downtrodden and I don't want to do anything. And honestly, that's what ICE and Trump and all of them want. They want us to feel that way, to not do anything. Um,
Mm.
and I think that content out there that is inclusive and friendly and welcoming to boost people's spirit, but also still realistic is so necessary. It's all necessary. All of it.
Mm.
Yeah.
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 Doom scroll. Ruby, I'm worried about your
Don't
doom
doom scroll.
scrolling. It's affecting your
Actually,
life.
well, do doom scroll, but pull yourself out of it and kind of like
If
realize
you're
when
gonna
you're
doom
going down
scroll,
this hole.
doom scroll kittens and
Yeah.
self-help
That's good
memes.
advice.
Yeah, where's my cat?
Do what I
Where's
do
my
every
cat?
morning when I wake up. Go on Instagram and just look at cute cats and dogs, and then some really funny self-help memes.
I get messaged by Ray being like,
And
hey, the Maxeras want to talk to us on
Right.
today.
Now let me use this. Let me use this as a segue. So, Ms. Sarah. Yes, I know your name's Claire, but I like calling you Ms. Sarah. Um, so, yes, the first, like immediately this morning, as soon as I woke up and went to go on Instagram to just veg out in bed, which is totally unproductive. We all know that. I get a message from Ruby, and I'm still kind of brain. I still have brain fog. I just woke up, so she's really excited to have you on, and she said to me that you just got like your channel or something, Instagram, YouTube, whatever, just skyrocketed, like loads more followers. So something happened. Now, for the people listening to this now, can you please explain what happened? All I know is there's a wall, there's a bunch of post-its, and there's a flag. So, what's the whole story?
so the whole story, it's pretty it's so interesting because it's so simple and it happened so quickly, but it also took 4 years. And I think that's like we've been creating content since we first started our IVF journey, and I've been creating content since like 2010, not 2010, no, 2021, I think. So like there's been a lot of different versions of um, content creation for me. And yeah, we had been sharing our experience with IVF over on YouTube, doing a lot of long form stuff. And I noticed that like what I was doing the most of was scrolling on Instagram. And that's where I was getting my fill of queer content, I think.
Yeah, yeah,
Not so much on YouTube, even though like I love YouTube as a platform. I think it's such an awesome thing to be on, and we'd still put stuff up there, and that's still cool. But yeah, I was like, I'd been wanting to do this guy's Instagram course for a while because I noticed that there were heaps of same-sex couples doing really well on Instagram, and their accounts were growing. They were having having such an impact, and I was like, I want to learn how to do this platform properly. And because I'm a lifelong learner, love to learn, and I love to understand how stuff works. And I have had friends for a long time saying, you just got to do gay stuff. Like, just do that. Just focus on that. Like,
nice reductionist.
Yeah.
Be gay. You're gay now. Be gay.
But it is like, it's something that I'm so passionate about, helping people not feel like they're alone in the world. And it can be such a lonely experience. And I know for myself as a kid, like, nothing like this existed. I certainly didn't have access to any. The closest it got was like Ellen. And
we all know how that turned out.
We all know.
Yeah.
But it's but yeah, so I started doing this course with this guy, like an online course, not a going and sitting down in a classroom course. Brock Johnson, and he put this idea out there. So there's like monthly meetups, virtual meetups, and he was like, you should do a challenge. I think that challenges are going to be a thing. You know, have you seen the challenges where people are like, I'm going to dance for 1 second for every new follower I get? And like, I'm going to walk for 1 step for every new follower I get. And he was like, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to write all my new followers' names on a white piece of paper in my shed. And I was like, that sounds really cool, but why? Like, why? What's the point of that? And like, what's the point of getting followers on any platform if they don't care about what it is you're doing, like if it's not meaningful to them? And then I looked up at this wall in my office. Usually my desk is over there. I looked up at this wall and I was like, that wall is like the shape of a flag, isn't it? And then I was like, I wonder if I could get sticky notes or the color of the Progress Pride flag. And then I was like, I wonder if I could convince Nina that it's a good idea to spend $60 on sticky notes. Because I had a lot of
ever. $60 whole dollars.
She's like, you don't need my permission to spend $60. But I have a lot of ideas in life. So I like to run things by Nina sometimes. But yeah, so I started, and I just started with like my most recent followers, and I did like, there was something like 6 sticky notes on the first day, and Nina was like, what if nobody follows? And then the next day I got like 3 new followers, and then the next day I got 17, and then the next day it was like, it was like 350, and then the next day it was like thousands, and I was like, holy shit, this is going berserk. And one of my friends was like, hey, can I be on a green sticky note?
Right.
And Jade, she's up over there. And I was like, I should tell people that they should tell me what color sticky note they want to be on. So like there's this immediate engagement opportunity and people connecting in a way that like is so meaningful to them in a way that I never imagined it could be so.
Right.
And so I think that what has happened is people are feeling part of a thing, and people who often are super isolated for whatever reason, or just want to see me doing well because they're like, wow, look at how much work she's putting into this thing, because it takes a long time to write thousands of names.
They just want to give you more work. They're like, yes, write more.
Yeah, but I go through like as many of the comments as I can and make sure I'm, for the most part, trying to get people on the color they want to be on, because for some of them it's super meaningful. Like, some people don't just Yeah.
They just want to go on the
It's
wall, some people.
Yeah, and it's totally blown my mind that something that's really such an incredibly simple idea has been so impactful and is still growing. And yeah, so that's where I'm at.
I
It's
can
very
tell you
different.
that as someone who is on a pink sticky note, I am stoked beyond belief. Like I'm super stoked to be on a pink sticky note on your wall.
Yeah, why? I would love to know,
I did
what
not
is
think
it
I was
for
going to be that excited.
you? Yeah, it's so interesting to me.
Yeah, me
What
too.
is
I'm
it for
interested in that.
me?
Yeah,
Okay.
go ahead, Ruby. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm obviously trans feminine, right? Or transgender binary. So I'm a trans woman. And the whole concept of I actually have the trans flag here. I before you came on today, that is the lesbian flag up there. I wanted to put it on in honor of you, but then I was like, your big flag is the progress flag, so let me put that one up.
Sweet.
Yeah, there it is. It's folded up next to Blahai.
That's so cool. Did you hear the other day me outing myself as not knowing about the lesbian flag and that it even existed until the other day?
Oh, really? Well,
Yeah,
I
I
have
have no
good
idea.
news
It's
for
so
you because
beautiful.
I am doing a big video on the history of all the flags, and the lesbian one is actually out already. So you can, yeah. This one is the seven
Amazing.
stripe sunset lesbian flag. There is a five stripe one that is the more modern one that is currently out. And it started all the way from the first one was the Labras flag, which was for feminism, but it was more kind of a battle cry than a flag. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. Why do I want to be on the pink one? Because the transgender flag is this movement from like the white stripe represents people that are questioning, and the blue stripe represents people that are either trans masculine or trans men, and the pink is obviously like baby pink for girls traditionally now,
Yeah.
and that's why I want to be on a pink one.
I love that.
Claire, do you
Yeah.
know
Thank you.
if the people who
Uh,
are asking to be, put on a post-it, are they, this is, I don't know, I don't want to sound super ignorant. I could though. Are they all queer or do they run the gamut?
No. No, it's been it's been really interesting. There's a ton of allies.
Yeah.
Um, but there's people of all identities, and it's been really
Yeah.
interesting for me because I'm like learning about identities that I'm like didn't really know anything about at all. And it's it's an interesting experience as a like a cis lesbian um to be doing this thing that is for so many different people that are so different to me. And I think it's so important to own not knowing.
Yeah.
To get really comfortable with not knowing and with learning and being open to learning. I got this book that's been really helpful. Do you know about this book?
No, I've never heard of it,
Oh my
but
gosh,
I
I'm
like the title.
Unfortunately, your
obsessed.
image is stuck for me.
It's Queer Chameleon and Friends, which
Okay.
is like,
Oh, I've seen the. Is it the like animated Chameleon?
yeah. It's cool. It's a cool little book. I asked the other day if people could recommend accounts and someone like that we should all know about, and someone suggested Queer Chameleon, and then I saw there was a book, and I was like, I need that book because, learning, lifelong learning. But yeah, it's so I've just been so happy
Yeah.
doing this and learning this, and we've been having like a really shit time in our household. We've been having a really rough time. We lost a pregnancy last month that sucked, and it's been so stressful. Thank you. but having this project to focus on has just been so lovely. It's just been so lovely, and hearing people's stories and being with all the shit that's going on in the world, being like something that people can feel good about.
Yeah,
is really
definitely.
special. But yeah. Yeah.
This morning, in your live, there was a discussion about haters. And I wanted to ask about that. Like, ha have you had a major influx of those, or has it been largely mitigated?
Do you know what is so outrageous? I was so nervous about this. I was so nervous that we were going to get so many haters. And there's been literally one comment that I have blocked out of all of
Really?
everything. There's been one comment that has been negative, and it was it was so outrageous and so dumb that I was like, I think you might be a bot anyway. But and there might be, because there's some videos that I literally can't see the comments because there's too many. I'm like,
Right.
what is going on? So there may be some negative comments, but I haven't seen, I've seen one of them. And that's been mind blowing, having created short form content on YouTube that gets, I get a lot of nasty stuff on YouTube,
Yeah.
but per capita. But that's been an interesting experience. But I wonder if just bullies don't like to be outnumbered. And I think people probably know when they go into something like what we're doing, that if they say something dumb, they're probably going to get attacked by a bunch of queer people.
Yeah,
So it's just,
Yeah.
yeah, I
scary
don't know.
prospect.
It hasn't been happening so far. I mean, I'm sure it will at some point, but so far there has not been much of that at all. There was I don't know if you saw the day that I posted about the trans kid Ryan Skates who died, and I was really nervous because I know I want to protect people from any bullshit that might come at the account. And that post in particular, I was awake for hours after posting. I posted it 10 o'clock at night, and I stayed awake for hours because I was like, if anything negative comes on this post, it's getting fucked off straight away. And nothing happened. Only beautiful, positive, people sending love to this kid's mum and and to each other and supporting each other. And I was because I felt this weight of responsibility that if I'm sharing this content, it has to stay safe for people.
Yeah,
It has to
definitely.
stay a safe, warm, welcoming place. And so far, so good. Touch wood. It's probably, as we're chatting, I'm probably getting a whole bunch of nasty comments. But
No,
yeah,
I don't think
no.
so.
So far, it's been astounding how. I think you were cut out, Ray, before. I was saying when we've shared stuff on YouTube, particularly our IVF journey, I had so many comments on YouTube Shorts. So I expected that on short form content, and it hasn't happened so far.
Something that I have
Go.
Sorry. Something that I have found is that hate tends to be focused in certain platforms, for me at least. But what tends to happen is I very rarely get a stream of hate. It would be one or two comments, and then because of that engagement, the algorithm pushes it to a few more people, and then suddenly I get people defending, and the defense is always more than the hate.
Yeah.
And that brings me to another point. I think when you said so many allies, people forget that there are, even if they don't know fully how to articulate themselves or how to say it, there are more allies than queer people. That's just a fact, because statistically, that's how it's going to work. And the haters are a small, small, small minority.
Mm.
Just loud. So loud.
Yeah. Yeah, they can be rather loud. But I used to always be like, I'll just leave the whatever comments because there can be a conversation or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I was like, what did I need to hear when I was a young, frightened queer person? Did I need to see that shit? No. And so I decided to just delete it all and block those people because like maybe some people, if they're right on the fence, you can have a conversation and they can realize the error of their ways. But I think a lot of the time they're actually bots or people who are so brainwashed that some stranger on the internet saying, hey, here's where you're wrong. I don't know if it helps, but I'd love to know what you both think about that.
You go first,
Well, I
Luigi.
have no real opinion. I mean, I can't even fathom in my mind nowadays on spaces like YouTube. I'm of the understanding that no bad comments are allowed. They're just automatically taken out.
I
Or
think if
maybe
you say the C word, then it's automatically taken out. But
of your video.
I reported someone on Instagram
Yeah.
on someone else's thing. I reported someone for using the R word.
Okay.
And I don't know how to explain which R word I mean. Not the
I
4-letter
I
one,
think I know what you're
the
talking about.
6 letters, I think. I reported someone and Instagram just said, no, this doesn't go against our
Oh yeah, I guess their
policy. And I
policies.
was
Yeah.
like, what? How?
Yeah.
How is that possible? So it's like there's stuff that gets through, or I mean, for us, the hate comments on some of our stuff comes in the form of scripture, and so
Interesting.
it's
Yeah.
not necessarily them. People aren't necessarily swearing at us or
Yeah.
making
It's
derogatory
not so
comments.
overt.
It's
Yeah.
yeah. So or people will spell things incorrectly. They'll spell it in a different way that
Huh.
YouTube hasn't worked out. So yeah, there's
Yes.
no
Okay.
real
That
filters.
I'm aware of that dynamic. I
Mm.
feel like, when I feel like Instagram does allow a lot more negative comments and YouTube just does not at all. But I guess the people who post their videos comb through them and eliminate them. And it's
They did it.
If you
They did it
can,
that's
after
yeah.
such a
Trump got
hey.
elected. After Trump got
I just
elected,
don't see
a whole
negative
bunch of
comments
companies
on
rolled back
YouTube
their
a lot.
what's it called, censorship on certain words, and they just allowed a lot more hate. For example, especially Meta, they allowed like people to start using the R word and different trans slurs and so on. I get a fair amount of like encouragement to unsubscribe from this life um, online,
Oh
so
yeah,
it
okay.
still exists. Yeah, I just delete
That's
it.
just so awful.
Sometimes if something comes to mind, I get nasty with them. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Deleting is
But I
good, I
also
think.
think like sometimes like it does affect me. So I if I'm feeling like, oh wow, this one hurt, I just delete it.
Yeah.
But
Right.
sometimes I'm in a mindset of, you know what, screw these people, and I'll bite back really hard because I think like a visceral kind of response that other people can see and read is also
Mhm.
important as opposed to
Yeah.
just hate.
Yeah. I
Well,
don't even
I would yeah. I would
I was
welcome
just
the
gonna
bad
say
comments and say thanks for
yeah,
helping
thanks for the engagement.
engagement.
On
Yeah.
Yeah,
some YouTube
exactly.
channels, I'll go, yeah, go like haters. Sorry, I can't help you. Carry
Sometimes.
on.
I
Mm.
had a comment on one of our YouTube shorts recently that was like some dumb comment about like, oh, I thought that only a man and a woman could have a baby. Don't you need to? Isn't that how sex works or something? Some dumb thing. And I just, I just responded and I just said, wow, that was such a great comment. And I love hearted it.
Yeah.
Sometimes I like just
Yeah.
love hearting dumb comments.
Like
But
that's
yeah.
what you do as the you know,
But
the
that's like,
creator. You patronize
I
them.
think you can, I think it's like, for me, sometimes it depends on the comment. Because if it's something that I
Yeah.
think someone else might read and take to heart, I don't want that.
Right.
I don't want that
Yeah, for sure.
happening. I want our stuff to be inspiring and helpful and make people feel good. But yeah, I also hear what you're saying about like sometimes it's important to have the conversations, but I guess
Yeah.
just picking the
To
right
have someone stand
comments.
up.
Yeah.
My favorite kind
Yours
of
is an
comment, my
interesting take.
favorite kind of hate is accidental allyship. For example, you'll never be a real man. Yes, correct.
That is
Good.
funny. Accidental allyship. Oh, that's so good. Yeah.
Keep going.
People are dumb, hey?
Totally dumb.
I got sent, I just got sent, I did a short film a few years ago. And one of my co-stars just sent me this picture. Can you see it?
I can see it. I mean, I see a
I
person.
cannot. I will. Oh, there we go. I see it now. Yeah.
Cult
Beautiful.
classics. I see it. Yep.
Uh-huh.
The t-shirt though is this wall, which is very cool. This is like someone I haven't heard
Oh.
from in such a long time, and she just sent me this message and I was like, so beautiful. It's so beautiful. It blows my mind that there's
From
like people all over the world wearing my wall. It's so
Yeah.
crazy.
There you go. Start making t-shirts, Ruby. Someone will wear them somewhere.
Definitely. I'll wear them.
Claire, I think you make an interesting point about, I suppose, wanting to protect viewers from bad comments. I've never thought of that. For me, not that I have a YouTube channel, but I imagine when, the creator is policing the comments, it's for themselves and not even considering the audience. But I think that's a really,
Oh, I've done
really,
so much therapy that it's like water off a duck's back for me. But I think
yeah,
about me pre-therapy, and
yeah,
that would have
right.
been those comments would have been really stressful. But there's also like times in life, like when we were doing IVF, when it was my body, the first time we did IVF, I posted something on YouTube and got like just all of these religious fanatics telling me, which is like I grew up in a Pentecostal church and like a super homophobic
Ah,
church.
right.
And like if I had come out when I was a teenager, I probably would have gone to conversion therapy, that kind of situation. And
Yeah.
I had just had an embryo transfer, and I got all these comments and my blood was just boiling. I was so upset in a way that I wouldn't have been if I wasn't like filled with pregnancy hormones. But yeah, I think like there's different periods in life, different stages in life where we are more sensitive to comments. And so when that happened, and that was also not because of that, but that was a pregnancy that was lost, which sucked. But I was like, oh, I don't need to put myself through stressful things like that when I'm already stressed out. So I
Yeah.
turn off comments for periods of time if I don't want to hear any bullshit. That can be a really empowering thing to do as well. Just knowing when you're able to cope with haters and when you're not. It's going to be really tricky if they start coming through on Instagram because I don't know how to slow that thing down. But
yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't know either. I was just trying to think, do they shut comments off? I think
you
sometimes they do,
can. I
but
think you can limit. Yeah, I think you can limit sometimes. But yeah, but it's
You
an
can definitely
interesting thing.
yeah.
with a bigger account,
Yeah.
FYI, if you did start getting that, and if you get a blue check mark, I know that's not a lot of people want to do that, but then you can filter comments based on words that are used. You get that power. You can add words
If
in.
if you get a what?
A blue check mark. If you pay for the blue check mark.
If you get a what, sorry? I've got a
Blue
blue
check
check mark.
mark. Like a
I paid for
verified.
it. I
Oh,
paid
there
for
you
it because
go.
I was so
Oh.
paranoid.
Mm.
Yeah, I became paranoid that our account could be compromised, and it offers like more protection from that kind of thing. I hated myself for paying for
Me
a
too.
blue tick. I was like, oh, this is so lame. But for security, it can be good.
It's an investment.
Kind of, in some ways.
But I draw the
Investment
line
in
at
people
Twitter.
not
I will not
talking
give
smack about
Elon
you.
Musk a single cent of any of my money ever.
Yeah. I'm not on it. It's such a bummer about your dog's name, hey? Do people just always think that
Oh, yeah.
your dog
Yep.
is named
Yep.
after cars?
Uh-oh. You asked the question.
I know, we were talking about it a little bit earlier. I think, yeah, that's a shame.
My mind immediately
Stupid
goes
Elon.
to Elon Musk. Yeah.
Stupid Elon. What a fucking idiot. But one of the cutest dogs I've ever seen in my life.
Ruby's dog has a very big personality. Like it'll
Yes.
hit you with its face when it wants like food. So like if I'm at dinner at Ruby's house and it'll come under the table and it'll like really nudge you really hard because it wants your food.
Yeah.
Like really aggressively. I've never
Give
experienced that
me
with a
food
dog before.
now. Right
Well,
now.
they do say that often
Yes.
dogs are like their owners.
Excuse me. I'm
Is
not
that
like
true
that at
for you
all.
as
I'm
well,
very
Ray?
timid.
Ruby's a great cook. She's never demanded food from me.
That's so funny.
Luigi used to be a
yes,
food
I
critic.
love that you felt like you needed to tell me. Oh, cool.
Not talk about my
That's
past.
cool. I
I'm still
loved that
very
when you
picky about food.
messaged me, you told me that Tesla was not named after the car. Like, I would imagine that was a possibility.
It happens here all the time. People are like, oh, like the car. No, not like the car. My dog is not a car.
And also, like, yeah, the story of like how is it Nikola Tesla?
Yeah.
Who just
That's
had
right.
like all of everything stolen, right? It's so messed up. But also, classic Elon.
We can talk. Okay, that reminds me. You know, you talk about, you know, again, the comments and people saying bad things and stuff like that. And I think it takes a lot of bravery to, you know, go through the comments and see what's good and what's not. Like, I don't ask Ruby about anything for this, and I don't want to. I don't want to
I'm
know
so
what
sorry
kind
about
of
my internet connection. I
comments
do
might
not
exist
know
about
what's
me.
happening here.
So I pay as little attention
No,
to
there
all
have
of
been
this.
0 comments about you or any guests, actually, except
There aren't
for
any.
no, yeah, the only guest that has received comments has been Kenneth Wortley, the gay pastor who lives in Brazil.
So interesting. I am looking forward to
And
watching
then
that.
the
That's
comments he got
very
were praise.
interesting.
Who,
It was
me?
a really fun conversation, actually. He's written a book. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. That's awesome.
Yeah. I'm the only one who gets hate on the podcast. It's occasional, like,
Well, hopefully I can on this one.
Well, don't tell me. I don't want to know. It'll make me sad. I
One
don't
of
wanna
my
know
friends
anything.
who's a content creator says that you don't exist until you have haters.
I think, yeah, I kind of think, I kind of agree with that. It's kind of like the whole, you know, word of mouth. Like there's no, what is it? How's that saying go about publicity? All publicity is good publicity. Bad publicity is good publicity. I don't know. You
They
know what I
say
mean.
that, but some publicity can make you feel really shit.
Yes, but it still helps your brand because it's exposure, just like helping, you know, engagement.
Mm.
Joke's on those people.
Yeah. I started trying to make like some kind of almost like rage baity content. Because I saw this other account like doing so well because they were posting rage bait stuff. And I listened to this podcast with someone who was not rage baiting. And who was just putting, I can't remember who it was that was talking about it. I wish I could, because it was a really wonderful podcast, but they were saying like they just don't, like, they understand that negative comments can bring more viewers.
Yes.
But like at what cost? Like at what cost?
Yeah.
Like if your intent is to distress people, and then for me it also goes back to like, yeah, those audience members who are reading those comments and it's making them feel like shit. Like, I don't want that. So I was so stoked to I listened to that podcast not long before I started doing this flag thing, and I was like, oh, this is heaps nicer, like putting positive stuff out there, and that there's
There's definitely
and
less
like
engagement
I said,
though.
I'm sure it will come.
Yeah. There's definitely fewer people like
There's less
interacting or
engagement when
watching
there's
to the
less
end.
rage.
Yeah, for sure. Like rage is the engagement, the number one engagement emotion, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And this person, I really wish I could. I'll try and remember who it was, or look back at my listen history, because it was so interesting. Because this person spoke about that and how much more engagement there is if you're willing to like intentionally upset people, and that they just were like, from early on they were like, I'm not going to do it. I'm just not going to do it. And I think like queer content invites rage anyway from fuckwits. Like it is going to happen anyway on anyone's account who's sharing stuff about like, you know, everyone should be able to exist and live in the way that feels right to them. That's such a bewildering thing. Or like, you know, people should stop, you know, killing people in the streets or starving children. Or like, there's people that are going to disagree with anything that any of us say. So for me, I was like, but I don't want to intentionally do that. Like, because if you like, there's some stuff. Yeah, I don't want to intentionally.
I would like to share what I feel about this.
I don't want to invite homophobia.
Am I lagging? It seems like my internet connection is much better.
Share, Ruby.
For me, like my existence is rage bait at this point, and I kind of moderated my language in the beginning, and I'm still moderating it now. I'm slowly becoming more and more confident to say what I want and what I really mean, and to let my own emotions come through. And I can see that there's more. There's definitely more engagement. People are watching the videos for longer. But I know that I'm like at the threshold, and if I start saying certain things, I'm probably going to start attracting more rage. And when I first started coming out to when I first came out as trans, Donald Trump had just been elected. Everything was happening. My family kind of did not accept me. I'm like one message away from going full no contact. My brother and sister don't contact me. My sister outed me. And I was like, fuck it. I'm just going to go online and tell my story there. And I went onto Twitter, and it was such a shock for me. Like the amount of like harsh hatred that I got, and on Facebook as well, because I hadn't used Facebook for a long time. And I had to see my therapist. Like I was canceling my therapy subscription at that point. I had to see her again for like 5 or 6 weeks to get over that. Now I'm at a mental space where everything is good and I can handle it. But I also made the decision early on that I don't want to necessarily attract hate or rage.
You made the what, sorry?
Decision that I don't want to necessarily attract rage.
Yeah. It's very tough though, isn't it? Like, yeah.
Especially if you're polite and nice, then you're going to get rage, because I think people are secretly miserable.
Out of the
Sounds
three
really
of
bad.
us, who could handle rage
Listen,
the best?
I'll start being Ruby knows who can handle
Who
rage
could
the best out
handle?
of the three of us. Well, I'm at the bottom of that. That's for sure.
I just delayed it.
Beep.
I don't know if
Delete.
that's handling it well.
Only
So
only
I'm gonna
Ruby
guess
knows.
Ray. I'm gonna
Yeah.
guess Ray is the correct answer.
I'm just gonna
No, I
say
don't
evil.
think so. I was gonna say Luigi.
I can handle rage the best? You are out of your mind.
You said, Ray, that there are some platforms where there is more nastiness, and others where there is less nastiness. What are the? Can you like rank them in order of like nastiest to least nasty, or the other way around?
Sure. In my opinion, we've got X right at the top, and then Facebook, and then TikTok. And after that, you've got Instagram, and after that, probably Reddit. Well, Instagram and YouTube, like Instagram, YouTube, Reddit. And then there's a new app that I just started using, Upscroll, and then um, more mature platforms have almost zero hate. They just have a different kind of expression of things.
Mm, mm. Would you ever consider just not engaging on the platforms where it exists the most, or do you feel like there's like a representation duty or something? I don't know, that's not the right
I
word,
d-
but
do I do feel some kind of obligation to show presence if I'm feeling strong enough to do that. Like I often at Musk for whatever stuff. And the other day somebody commented on one of my YouTube shorts like, oh, you're just wrong, blah blah blah. You should unsubscribe, 41%. And I was like, no, my existence is to annoy you. That is why I decide to live. So thank you for the encouragement.
Do you think Elon Musk is reading your tweets?
No, I think he's reading. I think he has read some of them. I think that trans people outrage him, and therefore he probably has read some of my tweets.
I mean, I don't know if they outrage him. I'd like to think they outrage him, but he's
Like
probably so far removed, and whoever is running his account is just some
he
peon.
thinks Vivian is.
But if you want to flood his Twitter with a bunch of tweets, like do that.
I do. I often comment right under his tweets, like direct comment. And he thinks Vivian is dead to the woke mind virus. So you know what? For that, fuck him. I really hate that people call Vivian Vivian Wilson, his like transgender daughter. No, she's just Vivian. She doesn't want to be associated with him.
Reasonable.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I guess the lesson is if you really want to get at Trump, just flood his thread with hundreds of tweets. Make a whole day of it.
There are levels of risk here. It's like I wouldn't want to be on Trump's radar because he has more of a global power than Musk does. But I will tweet at J.K. Rowling and Musk all day long.
Trump can't get you.
All day long.
You're in China. Trump can't even. Who knows what's Trump? He's just always falling asleep. Don't worry about Trump.
Yeah, well,
he's always taking naps.
Also, like, I'm not gonna say I'm going to spend my time on this, right? But if I'm on X and I'm posting stuff, and I see Elon Musk posted something stupid, I'm gonna post right back at him that he's a dumb shit.
Yeah, well, if it makes you feel better, yeah, I say more power to you.
Thank you. Yeah,
do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What about you, Claire? What have you found in terms of like levels of hate?
Well, I only do YouTube and Instagram because I found the other venues too toxic for my well-being, really. And like I think there's stuff that could do well. But the other thing is like as a content creator, I try to be pretty like focused on working out how to do, like, I wanted to understand how Instagram works, and so I want to go and do a course and study it and try to understand it. So I also like dabbled on TikTok. I've dabbled in a few other arenas, but I'm like, oh, it's too much for my brain, like to comprehend and keep up with everything. And like I've got a pretty bouncy brain. And so that's also why I was like, I'm comfortable with Instagram. I'm comfortable with YouTube. Let me try and work out how those platforms work, and then maybe down the track when I feel like I have I don't know, a clue, dabble in the
That's
other
really
areas.
smart.
So
For
yeah,
me, I kind
I don't know.
of
And I already managed to spend like an outrageous amount of time.
yeah, I'm gonna go. For me, I kind of wanted to just do what I want, and I didn't really want to figure it out, which is probably a stupid idea. Like I could have probably been a bit more successful if I had actually gone and do that. I always see these like Instagram coaches online, and I wonder who buys them. And to have met someone who went on one of those courses and learned something useful is wild to me. That's awesome. Um, I just kind of went with the shotgun method, and now I have too many Instagram profiles, too many YouTube channels, and too many platforms altogether.
There's so many courses and things out there that are so questionable. I think it took me. I wanted to do this, guys. There's a lot of shit. There's a lot of shit. But like I wanted to do this guy's course for like literally years, and I was like, no, you're focusing on YouTube. Just focus on YouTube. And I was dabbling on Instagram. But then when I made the switch, I was like, oh my God, this is so I'd been like stalking this guy for a long time, and I started trying out some of his ideas, and I was like, oh, he's right.
It works.
It works if you just do.
That's wild.
Like, and the biggest thing that I've learned from him is just to try stuff. And
there you go.
And just
sign up for my course.
Not try to be. Yeah, you don't have to do his course. I'll tell you.
I'll just tell you to try. Just try. Just try it. What's the worst secondhand?
But it's really like, you know, putting heaps of like the biggest difference is posting content regularly. Like, yes, that's the other thing that changed.
That I understand. Yeah, definitely. I'd be bad at it. Oof, so bad.
But a system. So like I've got stuff scheduled now, like up until December next year.
My gosh.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's so cool.
I'm working on it. I'm working on it. So like when I say I've got stuff scheduled until December next year, I'm like
things you're gonna do but haven't done yet.
I've got them created. So I like something that you can do on Instagram that I didn't know about is you can just reuse the same content like multiple times.
So what do you mean?
So like a reel that I shared. Well, so when you've got like a bajillion people that are on, that's a real number. There's like billions of people on Instagram. And if you post a reel and then you post that reel 3 months later,
yes,
either people aren't going to notice or they're not going to care, even if they do. So like getting out of the way of like getting out of this thinking of like, oh, people are going to judge me if I say the same thing over and over again. And it's like everyone's saying the same thing over and over again. Like they might be saying it in slightly different ways, but yeah, so he's like big for reposting stuff that you've already posted because no one cares. Like getting out of your own way of thinking that people are so concerned with what we're posting when really they're just often in a doom scroll.
I wonder how many things I've seen over and over again and don't even know.
Yeah, and because if there's like you can't do it like, you can't post the same reel like 10 days in a row. but you can
No.
post the same reel every Christmas. So like the one that is posted set to go for next December is like a reel that I made that was like Nina wrapping me up in wrapping paper, and it was like everything that our toddler wants for Christmas. And it was like,
Yeah.
mummy while she's cooking, mummy while she's on the toilet, mummy while she's taking a nap. And
That's so
so
cute.
like that is set to I have that scheduled to go up in November again, because
Well, now
Don't-
people
still
know
don't
for
give
relevant.
away-
sure.
Yeah. Don't give
So
away all your
it's-
secrets on this. People are going to catch on. Then they're going to specifically start looking.
But that'll be great for engagement.
Yeah.
Only
Yeah,
if they
give us
comment
more
negatively.
give us more secrets,
Yeah.
Claire.
But I think that's like just keeping on doing heaps of it.
So,
And, like,
repost reels.
literally
Got it.
like reposting reels every 3 months. Like it's fine. No one's gonna come down from the, I don't know.
It's pretty remarkable. It's so
It reminds
fascinating.
me-
It's so simple, and that's the thing that has blown my mind the most about, like, I was trying to make all of this like really profound shit over on YouTube.
Yeah.
And it's like I can just write people's names on a sticky note every day, and that's fine. That's enough. Like, but it's obviously it's more than that. It's like a community that's growing and people feeling seen, and yeah. But it's so simple, and I think that's what gets me so excited, because I have been working on this for 5 years, and then people are like, "Whoa, your channel blew up in like," and it's like, it
I
was a
still
month
think-
plus 5 years.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think 5 years is still a pretty short time. I think some channels take longer. So, I mean, I think it's
for
pretty
sure.
impressive.
For
I
sure,
heard a
but I think
story-
it's like keeping on trying things.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
when you try stuff and it doesn't work how you hoped it would, not letting that defeat you.
Yeah,
Sure.
definitely.
There's this story that I heard about a
Just get another
grandpa
idea.
who was like talking about his life advice on YouTube every day for the longest time, like from the beginning of YouTube. And somebody finally found him, and his channel just blew up overnight, millions of subscribers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's crazy how it can happen. And the only difference is not giving up, I think.
Yes.
Like, there've been so
Yeah,
many
I
times
think
when
so
I've been
too.
like, what am I doing? Like, why am I spending all of my time making videos that like no one's watching? And but I was like, I just feel like it can't all be for nothing.
not.
And like I kept on hearing, like when I was interviewing YouTubers about their experiences, the amount of people that were like, yeah, I was working on this for years, and then it was one video that took off, and then the rest went up with it. Like, and that there's like one video can be totally game changing. For me, it was the day 3 of the flag. Like, that's where the vast majority, it's crazy. I can tell you how many followers came from that reel, from one reel after. So we've done 387 posts. And day 3 of the flag. Bear with me just a moment, please. Bear with me.
You have bared with all of my technical glitches. I will bear with you until Christmas.
That one. So this is the other thing. I don't know if you're using trial reels on Instagram, but they are also a game changer. Trial reels are amazing for reaching new audience. From the one reel, we had 8,673 followers from one reel. And I posted that exact same reel as a trial reel, like a few minutes before. And that one, so trial reels, for anyone who's listening and doesn't know what that is, they're reels that go out to people that aren't following your account yet. But the trial reel version of that also gained us 2,877 followers. So it's the one reel that changed everything.
Yeah.
It's wild how the internet can work. But it's one reel after posting hundreds of reels. And I think that's the thing that, I mean, people who are just, it's always
you need
one.
that grit
I
to
think
hang in there.
we
Yeah,
should
definitely.
probably bring the podcast to a close there. Unless either of you have something else to add on.
I think you are both so great. It's been so lovely chatting with you. It's way past my bedtime, but it's been such an absolute pleasure.
Thank you.
Yeah, I hope I didn't say anything too dumb.
No, you said only the smartest things.
It's up to the AI to fix. Don't worry about it. I'll be edited. Magic.
It's the only good use of AI. Your handle on Instagram is, I know it now, the Maxeras or Maxaras. What about YouTube?
Also the Maxaras.
Consistency works. Awesome.
Keeping it consistent.
Yeah.
I also have the domain. I bought that a few weeks ago just in case. So one day there'll be a themaxaras.com.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Start making your merch.
I look forward
to
it.
Wait, do you have merch?
There's already merch, Luigi.
I do.
Yes. That's what it's for.
Go to their channel, click on the link tree, go to the Redbubble shop, and
there is
buy a
merch.
shirt. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I know.
I'm gonna buy a
find
shirt. I'm waiting for day 16. That's my name.
Yes. What a great
It'll have to wait
choice that would be.
Do they send to China? I'll have to buy it when I'm in Canada and get it sent to Canada.
I will send it to South Africa. I don't care.
Do they ship to China? Yeah, they do. I'm
Oh,
not always. It's currently through Redbubble because I knew how to use that and it was fast and easy. But I'm building a website, which is very exciting. And that will be. I'll have more control over like the colors of the t-shirts and stuff like that. Keep it simple. People have too many choices. They don't. People's brains don't like having too many options. So that's what I'm working on at the moment.
It's going to be clothing merch, right?
Wonderful.
You're wonderful.
Is all your merch, is your merch, that's a logistics question. Is it all out of Australia? Like, do you get the shirts and everything?
No. So it's all print on demand. So they have like fulfillment centers all over the world. So it makes it really easy for like content creators, particularly like being from Australia, which is 100 billion miles away from anything else. That's real maths.
Yeah,
it's
for sure.
it's really helpful. So and it's also saves obviously heaps on the cost of shipping, but also saves heaps of like environmentally, it's so much better.
For sure.
I didn't even know these kinds of things existed. That's great.
Yeah, print on demand. That's what it's called. It's
fulfillment centers.
Fulfillment centers. Yes, doesn't that sound lovely?
That is cool.
Yeah.
All right, Claire, I'm going to end it. I hope you just stay on the channel for a little bit longer if you don't mind. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Kaleidoscope with the Claire from the Maxaras on Instagram. You can go and find her there. Also on YouTube at the Maxaras. My name is Ruby Ray. You can find me at Fire from Heat on Instagram, Heat from Fire on TikTok, and this podcast, Echo Perspectives, on YouTube. You can find Luigi wherever you find me. We love you. Goodbye.